It's Friday morning, and last night we had some of the worst storms that I've ever heard. Just dumping rain for hours, thunder, lightning. Went to bed, everything seemed to be okay. Got up this morning, I'm getting ready for work, and our carpet down here in the family room is soaked. Like, it is really soaked. Like, my pants are probably getting wet. Look at this thing. I haven't thrown this away yet. The bottom of that's wet. Everything down here that's on the floor is wet. Seems to be especially worse up here. Hear that? It gets a little better up here. So I think it's the front end of the house up here, and then it's not especially bad over here. Let me see if it's really bad over here. Wow. Not to mention, I got Clark here today with me too, so I'm watching him. Hey bud, there's a disaster downstairs. So I got Disney Junior on.
Hi.
I gotta go out and get the shop vac and get some fans and stuff. I'll be right back, buddy. Got my shop vac, 2 floor fans. Weird thing about the garage is it's not too bad out here. Got a couple wet spots. Got a little bit of water that came in under the garage door. And a little bit of water over here. But it seems like the family room got the worst of it. What really sucks is I didn't expect to get any water down here. We've only ever had water in the basement, I think maybe like 2 times in 20 years. So this is quite the experience right now, but it's one that I gotta deal with. Do you wanna come down here?
Maybe.
You're gonna have to wear your sneakers. I just did that little square up there. I want to see if this is working at all. Oh my God. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is this thing is not working out very well. Even the spots that I go over, it's still soak afterwards. The good news is I made an appointment with a place that'll come and do water extraction and get me all fixed up. I think I figured out exactly what happened. The reason the front half of the house is wetter than the back half of the house is something I'll show you outside. This right here. This is probably the reason the front of the house is soaked. I came out here and I checked this. This thing was off, which is like an extender. And all that water I think was just dumping right down in here and drained right into our basement. Now, my dad had these things on here, and he also has things out in the shed that are like black extenders that run all the way out to here. Had I had those on there, I don't think that it would have been nearly as wet down there. This one's still on back here, which is why the back half of the basement isn't too wet, but it still is. This is how it should have been, and this may have ended up saving me what's probably gonna be about $600. You got the spouting that comes down here. This goes on that. And then these extenders kind of go out and push all that water out into the grass. So instead of it, one, just dripping here, or in the case of this one over here, coming down and just dripping along the house, it's gonna push the water out and hopefully not have any more problems down there. I checked the weather and we're getting at least another inch of rain today, which you can see coming up behind me there. Clarkman's down here helping me. Bye. I wish I could leave too, but I got most of our stuff that could be moved out here into the garage. In here shouldn't be too much work for him to do. Got everything more or less cleaned out. There's still some stuff that's gonna need moved around down here, but it's really nothing that's too awful bad. In here, this is something I was concerned about. Luckily, the carpeting ends right there. This is where we keep all of our decorations and things, and everything is in plastic totes, which makes life easier.
Cheers.
Well, we're gonna go have some breakfast now. I'm doing what I can down here. I got a floor fan sitting there, got the door open, got every window down here open. I got a fan up here in this window. This whole situation has me upset, and it all comes down to the financial end of it. I just worked so hard to get that mortgage paid off and finally be debt-free and not owe anyone anything. And then something like this happens and just sets us back, and it just sucks so bad. But I try to focus on the good, and the good part of today is that I'm home with Clark, which is nice. And today's a day that I will never be able to get back with him. That's when he's this age. So I am happy for that. Here's one nice thing about being home during the day. Get to watch Price is Right, which is something that I never get to see. This is just a fantastic show. I think we're about to get hit. Weather is taking a turn for the worse out here. Wind's picking up. All the beautiful leaves are falling off into my yard. It's gonna be barren out here. The rain has officially started. My system seems to be working. You can hear the water going through there. You look down here, it's draining out. Let's check this one over here as I ruin my camera. Get the leaves out of there. Oh no. Oh my God, yeah, that's the problem right there. Look at that, just sitting there. Shoot, I gotta do something here. Well, it's not pretty, but here's what I did. I took a piece of the lawnmower tubing that's used for collecting the grass and the leaves, and I put that around that pipe because this pipe has little holes in it, which it was causing to leak down there. And I took a shovel and I kind of dug out a trench here for all the water to go, which is about, I'd say about 6 feet away from the house. So hopefully it kind of comes out here and drains out, as opposed to sitting right here and just dumping into the house. It's about 20 after 11. I just got a call from the carpet place. The guys said that they are on their way, should be here in about 30 minutes. The guys are here now, and this is actually going really well. They're down there extracting the water as we speak. There they go. Well, the guys just left. They did what they needed to do, extracted all the water. They got fans blowing in all the corners down here, kind of doing like a parachute effect on the floors. Took out all the baseboards, which did cause a little bit of damage, but what can you do? And that is gonna blow under here from today up until the end of the day, Monday. And that should all be dried out. They said the walls are pretty damp. There again, you can see the color that I used to have my walls right here. Nice neon green, which I'm glad it's not that anymore. But we had to move everything out of here, so it's like a brand new place except for the most major of items. And just so you can see all the fans. Got one in this room back here, right there. We got one over there, one over here, and one back here. That's an effort to dry the padding under there. You let this kind of blow around like a parachute. He said the best thing that I can do down here is turn the heat on, put it up to about 78 degrees, and let this bake off. Well, if you want to see the garage, completely filled with all of my stuff. Total cost, it wasn't pretty, $633.40 plus tax. So it's gonna be about 670 bucks when it's all said and done. And just to make sense of this cost here, that was $103 for them to stop out, 40 cents per square foot for the water extraction, which was about 500 square feet down here. And then the fans, I think, are $26 per day. He charged me for 4, but gave me 5, and I have those for 3 days. So if you add all that together, you get yourself $633.40 plus sales tax. So yeah, that's a pretty expensive day for me right there. Hopefully the most expensive of my 100-day journey that I'm on right now, and hopefully today is the worst day that I have. But I can't help but be mad at myself because I just feel like if I had a downspout that would have been properly installed on that corner of the house right out there, none of this probably would have happened. So I ended up going on Amazon and I bought some materials. It's about $20, and then I just spent that ahead of time. I could have spent 20 bucks to save 670. But you live and you learn, and I take it as just a joy of being a homeowner. Hey, perfect timing for waking up there, buddy. How was your nap? Got a nice little spot there. So I'll hold you. Come here. Come here. We're all fixed up, man. We're all fixed up.